back. Sorry about the little break. I've restarted restarted the router to see if that fixes any issues. It might not. It might. Who knows? We'll find out. I really hope it fixes issues because I'm getting bored of these issues. This is the third week of issues with my internet. So, if I'm going to have to get on to... If it carries on, I'm going to have to get on with the provider and go, oi, sort it out.
That's right. That's all it takes is just go, oi, sort it out. I like that. I wish that worked here.
Where were we? We just jumped onto a ship that's falling... Well, no longer falling, but was falling into the void, right?
Yes.
And we caught it.
That's right. You guys caught it, pulled it up a little bit further into slip space, and Baruch, Iolus, and Naomi were boarding the ship. The ship has it scored with like battle, fires, smoke, and was there anything that you guys wanted to do before you guys go into the ship, or are you guys boldly going into the ship?
Boldly going into the ship.
I will wager with a flagon of the wine that this is not a trap, and that we'll easily dispatch any opponents that we have in here.
Sure, it's not my wine.
He's wagering with it.
Yeah.
Sure, it's not my. It's not my. Yeah, I obviously won't mention that it's not my wine, but I'll be like, sure. You have a deal. You have a deal, Brack.
Okay, so go on.
So I'm going to go like. Well, where do you think we should start?
Well, let's leap onto the deck and then see if there's anyone. Aura said there was some life signs on it. Maybe they're under the. They can't be on deck. Look, it's just littered with bodies. So we'll have to go into the bowels of the ship and see if we can rescue some innocents from there.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So I guess we're going to head into the ship.
Awesome. Okay. All three of you guys make it onto the ship. It's not that hard. Basically, it's just you jumping off to their deck and walking along it. You guys go into the airlock. You guys go into one of the big holes in the side of the ship. How are you guys making your entry into the ship?
If there are big holes in the side already, we could go through one of those, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Let's not faff around with an airlock. Let's just go in this big hole.
Okay. You guys go into the ship, and when you get in there, it is a grisly sight. There are blood spatters on the wall. There are spears, broken spears in there. There's laser fire. The lights flicker on occasionally. There's smoke, so it's really hard to see in the ship, and the corridors are obfuscated by all the smoke and occasionally the flames. So you have two ways you guys can go. You can go left. You guys can go right into the ship from this breach in the side of the ship.
Can I invoke my wisdom of Athenia?
Okay. Sure. You can do anything.
Because it says the hero almost knows the right thing to do in any situation. The player may ask the GM one question that he must answer truthfully. The answer can be ambiguous and terse, is that right? But in general should be truthful. The hero may do this one time per game for every point they have in their intelligent attribute. What's my?
Okay, so you can do it one time per game.
Okay, because I have 0 intelligence, which is
yes. So awesome. You can do it a minimum of once.
So you can. So my question is. So my question to the wonderful games master is, where should we go? Where on this ship do we need to go?
Okay. Do you ask that out loud, or do you just say that to yourself?
I'm going to say it out loud. It looks like I'm mental. Slightly crazy.
Yeah, they're probably used to it because, they've traveled with you before and you've pondered aloud before. But you get like a little pain, a little headache in the side of your head. Again, you hear a voice coming from you just over your shoulder that says, what is your intent here on this? Do you crave battle, or do you crave being a hero?
Hero, of course.
Then go left.
All right. I'll go. We're going this way, Rack and Niobe. This way. and I'll go
Lead on.
left.
Okay. So old school D&D marching order would probably be Aeolus first, Baruch second, and then Niobe pulling up the rear. Is that correct?
Correct, yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Over on your ship, Aura, what are you doing?
Well, I want to know basically if I pulled it far enough up that I can leave it on autopilot because I want to go join them. They need their tactician.
Yeah, you could do that if you'd like. Is that what you'd like?
I will go join them.
Okay, so you do that as you see them going into the ship. You hop over the edge and you start into the ship. Give me a perception roll, -5.
Perception.
You've got like super perception. Actually, give me an investigation roll because then you'll be able to add in all your super awesome.
Do we have like Jerry? Do we have do we have comms between each other, or is that not really a thing?
You guys can. You guys
so
can.
Maybe.
You can
so I mean,
cell phone.
if it's. Oh well, don't worry about it then.
21 with my negatives.
Hello. Are you sitting there texting one another? You guys are.
No, I'd probably leave my mic open so we're communicating constantly with Aura.
You guys absolutely can. Watch this. I'm gonna do a magic trick. I'm gonna call for some wine. I'm gonna reach my hand up and call for some wine, and eventually wine will get here. I just do magic tricks. Anyway, so you guys have got.
Give him water.
Yeah, exactly. So, did you make that -5? Make that investigation
With my
roll -5?
I got 21.
That is a crit. Okay, so you hop over, and as you're hopping over, ships in Hellas have a primary and a secondary hull. Secondary hulls are usually where the engines are kept, and the primary hull is usually where people do their business. Oh, look at that.
Should have been
magic,
water.
Jerry.
Should have been water.
Well, when you have to GM for people like us, it's no wonder you have to day drink. As for, you complaining about shenanigans, realize shenanigans are the gnomish form of magic. So there you go.
Hey, look, if you look behind me, it's getting dark. So technically it's night drinking, technically.
That is true. So yes, I'm just drinking with you guys. But what you see, Aura,
coffee.
Over in a porthole window that you can't really get to because it's on the side of the ship. So you would actually have to climb. But as you're jumping over, you see someone banging on, a window.
Okay.
And you can't hear them, but you rolled a 21, so you got a crit. Basically, they're screaming to you. It's like a young boy in his teens.
Mm-hmm.
And he's yelling to you, get away. It's a trap. That's what you get.
Okay. So I will relay that over my comms. I will relay the position of the boy over my comms and say, there's a boy in danger. He's calling that this is a trap.
Okay.
But we need to save the boy. So I start heading into the trap. And I will just say, everyone be on guard. We must save the boy and save whoever else needs our assistance.
Coming. You got it? She says to the fellas and doesn't wait for an answer. Heads back to Nora.
Niobe, you hear from the opposite direction. You guys went left and didn't go right. But from the right, that corridor, you hear what sounds like a baby whimper.
What?
Yeah, sounds crazy. I know.
I have to investigate.
Do you?
Well,
plus
I have to at least start to investigate. It's like a baby, and then trap, right?
That's right. That some would say that is a trap. Is the baby? But
hang on, you got to say it's trapped properly. Come on.
That's right. So Niobe goes the opposite direction. Aeolus and Baruch go to the left.
Yep.
Which way is Aura going?
Aura is going to go.
I should tell you, to the left is going toward the boy.
Okay.
In the hull. So when you go in, if you went left, you would be going toward where you saw the boy roughly, because the boy is, toward the front of the ship. and Niobe is on her way toward the back of the ship.
Okay. I would be heading towards the boy, and I will call over comms. Niobe, are you okay?
Yes, I thought I heard a baby.
Okay, out of the smoke, there's a shape in front of you, Niobe. It's probably about waist high, like you can see it in the distance. It's about waist high. The lights are flickering, but there's smoke, but you can see something kind of crawling towards you that's waist high. You're not really sure. What are you going to do?
Hold, child, I say.
Okay. And you say that, and out of like the smoke, you see a goat just kind of like goes past you, just kind of walks past you. It's got blood on it. It looks like, it's been hurt, but it just kind of moves past you, but you can still hear that faint kind of in the distance. And knowing the configuration of the ship, it's probably toward the engine room where you hear that noise.
I will relay that to everyone on the comms.
Okay. I'm sorry.
There's a baby in the engine room crying, and a goat that seems hurt but all right, headed your direction.
With its crazy devil eyes, because that's what goats have. So devil eyes, devil-eyed goat.
I mean, I love goats, so to me that was like, come closer. It's okay over here.
It is. You can. There is a goat there. It could be Niobe's goat.
I just have to make this joke. Hey, kid.
Oh,
right? Well done.
Maybe that was the baby. Damn it! I should have written
Exactly. I was just like, Niobe, why? I was like, hey, kid.
missed opportunity.
My English sense of humour is like now crying at that appalling shape.
Okay, so the goat goes by. You two, Aeolus. You see before you dead body, and you get to a part where it looks like there are people piled up against a door. The door's closed, but it looks like they were trying to get into this room. But they're all dead. And the floor here is slick with blood. In fact, you're actually, Baruch, you are wading into it or slithering through it because you move on your belly. So you guys get to this door. What are you two doing?
Let's start taking these bodies. There must be something important in there, Aeolus. We should see what's there and start trying to pull these bodies off.
Okay. You guys are, you start pulling the bodies away, Baruch?
Yeah, I guess we start just grabbing their ankles and just yanking them out of the way, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. And from behind you, you guys see Aura moving up. And I'm assuming you guys are all prepared for battle. You probably all have your murder weapons out, ready to put the kill on anything that might cross your path. I'm just assuming.
I've already said goodbye to that wine. I've written it off. Like, this is definitely going to be something where we.
Okay.
That's what, and that's what the conversation is as we're dragging the bodies out. It's like, you owe me wine now, Bragg. So when we get back to that ship, right? When we get back to our ship,
we'll double the wager that we can easily vanquish whatever we encounter in here.
To me, it seems you two have a draw. It is both a trap and people are in need of assistance. The wager was one or the other, not both.
Oh, arbitrating.
Aura, you always bring such insight to those situations. We shall all drink wine when this is over.
Yes, let us save the children and any of their family members that are in need. I believe they're behind this door. Be on guard. Be aware that there are likely enemies afoot.
I'm going to be can you perceive the enemies?
I do not perceive them at this time, but if I do, I will be certain to inform you all.
Okay. So you guys open the
Niobe,
door.
watch your back. You're too far from us. I don't sense you very well.
Okay. Niobe, are you still heading down toward the
toward the baby?
That's right.
I like how we've broken the first rule of role play. Don't.
Oh no! this is the best rule of games. Everyone should always split up because that's where the fun happens.
Oh yeah, splitting up's great.
Which
Yeah,
does it
there's
twice
no
as
fun
fast.
for-
Yeah.
Plus,
Yeah.
I do have a trick or two to help Niobe out.
Yeah.
And
So-
in Naomi's defense, she was like sitting there thinking of heroic things that could happen and only half hearing Aura's directions. So she was initially leaving to go find Aura. But now that I've committed, got to follow it through. So
That's
I've got to
fine.
see what's there.
Yeah, splitting's great. We got you.
I got it.
Oh. Okay. So you head on into the engine room, smoky, dark, occasionally a flickering red light, but you hear the baby. And you see it's a guy laying on his back with his back up against the wall. And he's holding a baby. He obviously looks dead. His eyes are open, staring up into oblivion. He's got this baby. He's holding it. And you hear the crying coming from that direction. The engines on the ship, it's really hot down here. The engines you can hear kind of trying to continue on, but it's a lost cause, these engines. What are you going to do?
I think I'm very carefully going to approach around the man and the baby.
What?
Very carefully. I want to get into a good position.
Okay.
For
For the baby?
the baby. I don't know what's behind the baby.
Right. Well, he's kind of holding it.
So I'll see if I can move one of his hands.
Okay. Well, you see he's kind of holding it, but really it's kind of holding him. I put something in like the little chat window, what it looks like. And you see it looks like a little baby with tentacles on its side. And when you kind of move his hand back, you see that these tentacles are kind of wrapping around the man's torso down here. And the baby is kind of like making little gurgly baby noises like that. But when you pull it back, you see that it has this ruined, angry mouth in its chest, the baby does. And it's got a tongue that is lapping at this guy's insides. It's basically broken through his rib cage and it's eating out his insides.
For the comms, you hear Niobe say softly, "That's a bad baby." Right back.
Just to save the goat.
It's where you all roll initiative for me. And this is how you roll initiative in Hellas.
Everyone, make sure you get
Everyone.
+2 from me, please.
Oh,
Ooh.
Everyone gets a +2 to their initiative roll because of me.
Ooh.
I am a tactician and I call out so that you guys can react always faster than
right.
otherwise. So
Now,
how do we
during-
roll it?
This is what's going to happen though. They all go on your initiative or less. So basically, because you're calling out, you have to be the first one, which means everyone goes after you. So
Okay.
everyone still needs to roll initiative. It's just that your initiative will determine how they go because, you're dictating how they, kind of how they move about and stuff like that. So it's basically your instinct, if you have it, plus a D20 plus your speed. So just basically your instinct plus a D20 is what you guys will be rolling. And I will be rolling for my shenanigans.
Okay.
So,
Instinct and speed. That's easy to work out for me.
yeah, it should already be figured in, but just in case it's not, just take
Yeah.
your instinct, which is outside the brackets, plus your speed attribute, add those together and roll a D20.
Oh, I should be on 12 instead. Not that that makes any difference, but got +2.
Wow, look at all these 17s.
I got a 19, I think, or 18. Yeah, I got an 18.
Perfect.
You got an 18. What? Hold on. Who said that? I'm not in the. I'm in a different window right now. Niobe, you got an 18?
I have a 17. I
Okay.
think
I got an
Aura
18.
has an 18.
Or has an 8. That's really good. And what about Baruch?
12.
That's a good one, Baruch. Okay. So,
But you get +2 to this, don't you? Because of
well, he's going to get +2 to his actions.
Oh.
But he's going to go after, which, doesn't really matter since Aura actually goes first.
First, anyway. Hmm.
Yeah.
I have
So-
a high bonus for a reason, guys.
That's right. So let's do some of the business here. You guys run into the room. You guys basically get the bodies off the door. You guys go into the room, and you see a boy in the far corner. He's holding a knife, and you can see he's full of terror in his eyes. But it looks like he's resolved himself to that. This is it. This is it. Who goes into the room first? Who's ready to get shivved by a little boy?
He saw me coming for help to help him, so I will step in. Actually,
Okay, you step in.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll
so
step
you're going to be the human shield for this, and the person hiding behind.
I will attempt to calm him with my command, actually, while I'm, because this is the boy that was banging on the window, right?
It looks like it could be the boy, but instead of like command, what you need to give me is an influence roll.
Sure.
Which I don't know if you have.
I don't have influence. My intention isn't so much to baby him, but I want to command, because I'm saying a young warrior knows when to put down his blades. We are here to help. I'm not trying to go coddling him and going, "Oh, don't worry, baby, you're okay." That's why I want to use
him into submission.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, give me a command.
Okay.
-5, so you have a plus for your roll.
Okay, so 24 after the -5.
Oh my god!
Man, you are
Edit.
rolls. Okay, he's like, okay, he drops it, and he just kind of falls down. Like you see his knees get weak because like he's running on adrenaline, and all of a sudden he doesn't have to be, and he kind of collapses into a heap and starts to cry. Okay. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ship, you go, Simo, Niobe, with this thing, which is a lamia, which I threw into like a little the little chat window on I think Facebook. I think that's where I put it. I'm not sure where I put it, but that's what a lamia looks like.
It's somewhere.
And you've seen it before.
Where have
You've seen these things.
Okay.
And basically, when you move his hand back to try to, get at the baby, it kind of looks at you, and its mouth is full of like these small, jagged teeth, and its face is kind of covered in blood because it's been lapping at the blood inside, this poor soul here, and it starts screaming, which means you're going to have to give me a will roll, -3.
Is that considered a defense roll in Hellas?
Yeah, it will be.
Okay, well then you get a +2, Niobe, because you hear me in your ear and you feel me in your mind. So you get +2 to all attack and defense rolls, because I am not taking offensive combat actions at the moment.
Go for it.
Awesome. And then I have a note that says I already add +2 to any willpower roll, so that evens me out to a +1.
Awesome. Look at you. Go
Doing
for
math.
it.
11.
And you made an 11. You rolled an 11. Awesome. So basically, it starts screaming. Ah! And then you hear others screaming in the ship. And then you look up and around and you see these things stuck to the ceiling. And you see there is a group of them. And they all start screaming, and it hurts. In fact, it hurts so much that you start feeling like that kind of coppery taste in your mouth, and your nose starts to run, which you can only assume is blood. What are you going to do? They all start screaming, and they start climbing down the walls towards you, and this one kind of turns and and then you hear like this chant. They start saying, "Milk, milk, milk, milk," like that as they're moving towards you. What is Niobe doing?
Over the comms. Not the mama, as she backs out. Lamias, be careful. My goal is to back out enough to be almost at the doorway so that I can start to shoot.
Oh, you can absolutely. So you kind of back out. You got your 2 guns. Would you like to take a shot?
I would like to take a few shots, but I'll start with 1.
Fantastic. Now, this is how it works in Hellas. You can do as many actions as you want, but each action after your first gets penalties. So the first action after the first, or the second action, would be -5. Third action would be -10, -15, -20, and so on. So you can do as many actions as you want, but the more actions you do, you'll start getting a diminishing returns depending on whom you're fighting. So with you, when you do an attack, it's basically burst their defenses, which is their evade. So what is your weapon skill? Your gun skill is a +8, -7 for the Lamia. So you have a +1 to shoot the first one. Go for it.
Before I start shooting them, it's the engine room. There has to be something in here that's flammable or would blow up. Can I shoot that?
If you spend a hero point, absolutely you can.
Done.
Okay, so you spend a hero point. Give me a roll. This roll, you just need to hit. Basically, you don't need to roll an 11 or higher because it's so big.
Okay.
But if you roll a 1, an unmodified 1, then shenanigans will ensue. So go ahead and just give me a roll. And
is it a straight roll? What am I rolling?
yeah, just roll a d20, just a flat d20, and whatever you get, as long as you don't roll a 1.
No whammies.
You roll a 20. So
Yes.
you shoot it, get a crit. You shoot it as they're like moving towards you. The entire ship rocks. So you guys all feel the ship rock, but you manage to shoot that thing and pound like the door, and the door closes as the ship is, the engine room is just enveloped in flames. Take 5 glory for that. So yeah, you like back out, boom, and then whoosh, but the ship starts to rock. And you guys can all hear the tension in the ship because your ship is here, this ship is here, but now this ship is starting to pull away from this ship. So you can hear like the scream and the whine of like metal as it's starting to, be pulled apart inside the ship. What are you guys?
Sorry. Over the comms. On my way.
What are you guys doing at the front of the ship? The ship starts to rock, starts to list sideways.
So has the child like succumbed to like Aura's like charm, or has he not done anything?
It is relented. He is cowed by Aura. She basically commands him. He stops.
Well, my instinct is to grab him and go, let's get off of here let's get off the ship before we lose connection to before we lose our way back.
Okay. So you.
While he picks the child up, I ask the child, any other survivors?
I don't know. I've been in this room for days. I don't know. Oh God, I'm so glad. I prayed to Poseidon and he delivered me.
I think I'm going to go and start slithering around, not spending ages, but just like pulling out doors, seeing if I can find any other survivors or anything, any clue to what really happened to this ship.
Give me an investigation roll.
I've got a feeling that's not my best skill.
While he's doing the legwork on that, I have a security machina, a handheld computer of some sort, security machina. I wish to use it to tap into a nearby console to see if their computers could give me any more information about possible survivors. Before
your security machina is actually, just imagine if you had like C-3PO with you, or like, a droid. You literally have a machina, which is a robot that, is kind of like a servant. He's essentially your security machina. Is your bodyguard. Is what he does. He is your murder bot for Aura, since she is not the best of fighters if you look at her character.
Well, I do also have a hand computer, Daedalus. Daedalus. So I would like to basically utilize either my bot or the Daedalus hand computer to tap into this ship's security and see if I can basically find any other information, any other possible survivors, or any logs of what happened to the ship, etc. quickly.
Okay. Give me an intelligence roll, and you would normally roll computers, but your character doesn't have computers. So give me an intelligence roll.
Sure. I will roll an intelligence.
And we'll just do a flat intelligence roll.
I'm going to I'll spend 2 hero points on that to buff that by.
Just give it one. If you just want to make it, because here's what's going to happen. Let's say, for instance, you spent 3 hero points, that would give you a +6. Right. If you only spend 2, you will still only get a partial success. So might as well just spend 1.
Yeah, I'll spend 1.
And just get the partial.
I'm down 3.
So you basically go over to a console. and you start like inputting or trying to extract data. Baruch is searching around. What'd you get on your investigation?
I haven't rolled yet. I haven't got a skill, so it's just a straight. I don't think I've got
Give me a
anything.
perception roll.
Oh, 15. That's
Okay, actually, do you have instinct?
no. Oh yeah, I do. I've got instinct +2, so that'll be 17.
Okay, so it'd be a 17. Cool.
Yeah.
So you've got a 17. You got a partial success. You got a full success. Aeolus bounds out with this boy under his arm, holding him in his shield arm, and is starting to head back toward the ship.
Yep.
Aura, you see from your computers, you see that you're looking for life signs. There are none in the back of the ship anymore, except one, and that one you know of because that's Niobe. There are your guys' life signs, which you guys kind of picked up. And you basically pick this up on like a holographic, heads-up display that shows the ship and shows like what's on the ship. And on the belly of the ship, there's life. And there are your guys' life signs. And then you see one that is directly in front of Baruch. And Baruch, you see this as well because through like the darkness and the smoke, you see a figure standing there. And you can't really make out the figure. And it's just standing there at the end of like a corridor.
I'm going down the corridor, hefting my axe, shouting, "Hail, hail, what happened here?"
Everyone's going to have to give me some type of athletics roll, -2. If you don't have athletics, it's just going to be a dex roll, -2.
-2, cool.
And in theory, your guys' character sheets should have everything in. Awesome. Look at that. Oh, how is this happening? How are you making these ridiculous rolls?
It's the kindness of the system, and I've played Roll20 enough to know that it only lasts for so long.
Yeah, you got to understand. Roll20 either hates you or loves you, and that there's no in between.
Yes. Okay. So let's see. Did everyone looks like they made it? Okay, cool. Because the ship was like this. Now the ship is like this. So you guys are running up the sides of the walls. So as you guys are moving down these corridors, you're having to kind of like turn and run along like the walls as you guys are trying to make your way out. As you move toward this thing, you see like you get this malevolent presence in front of you, as you can see like the glint off of its spear, and it starts walking towards you slowly. And when it does, you see it looks like a woman, tall. Her skin looks scarred. Her hair's pulled back into a knot. She's holding a spear. She's got her shield. Her feet look like hands. And when she opens her mouth, she has like 3 or 4 tongues in it that, dart between these ruined, jagged teeth. And she engages you. So she goes before you do, actually. What is your evade or parry skill?
Parry 7.
Okay.
Are we already in it? Are we using the same initiative as before, or new initiative?
Yep, you guys are all in the same initiative.
As before? Okay. So remember that your defenses are at +2 because I have not taken a combat action still. I've been foregoing my actions. So you take 2 bonus to your defense.
Also, too, since you're doing like your tactician, that's considered an action. So anything that you do beyond that is actually considered also a multiple action. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
It actually specifically says I can even only use this when I'm not actually acting, which I haven't been. So
Yes.
If the hero takes no action for the round, he may also coordinate attacks against a foe and under his command receive a +2 to all attacks or defense rolls.
Awesome.
So,
okay.
right now I'm
So-
calling for the defense rolls.
Okay. So you've got a 9 then instead of a 7.
Yep.
Okay. So that is cool. So you got a 9. So it attacks you with the spear and gets a partial success. So she like comes at you, and as she moves closer towards you, you see she has these wings on her back, these gnarled looking like leathery bat wings, and she stabs at you with her spear. She gets a partial success on it, meaning instead of doing 12 points of damage, she only does 6. What is the PR on your armor?
The PR on my armor is 5.
Okay, so you take a point of damage.
Okay, I will. I won't spend any hero points. I'll suck it up because I want to see my blood spill out. So
okay, so So yeah, she nicks you probably across the arm or something, taking a point of damage. And then what do you do, Baruch?
It's a classic Gorgon 1-2 of an axe to the head. And then I might, depending on how that goes, if you still stood up, I might slap her with my tail as well.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So my melee is 12. So do I subtract her defense? Is that how it works?
Yes. So you have an even roll because she has a 12. So it would be a 12 minus 12. So you just have a plus 0.
D20,
so it's just a D20 roll.
Cool. 17.
That okay, man. Okay, so you hit her. Now, if you spent 2 hero points, that would give you a critical success. And this is how critical success work in combat. If you guys are hit with a critical, no matter how many hit points you have, the person has to make a con roll minus the damage done. If they fail the con roll, they're out. You've done a critical wound, they fall unconscious.
Yeah, you told me already. I'm spending them. Yeah, definitely.
Right. So there is that. So if you would like to spend them, then you can absolutely get a critical success and put maybe do an owie.
So yeah, I think it's DR 15. My poleaxe.
That is a lot. That is a whole lot of. Okay. Would you like to spend any hero points, an additional hero point on the damage?
I think no. I'm okay to just stick with a 15 for now. See if that's enough to.
No, it's absolutely enough to hit her. However, she is wearing a lot of armor. Her armor is really good, and not necessarily saying that you need to, just saying,
I'll spend 1 then, because I've already spent a couple on making it a crit. So I'll spend 1. That's plus 4, so that's 15, 19 points of damage.
Yep, 19 points, which is you do 4 points of damage to her because she has actually 15 points of armor. So you hit, and it doesn't go in as deep as you thought it would be. Now, are you coming up with the tail hit?
Yes, I will give the tail hit a go. That's -5, is that right?
This would be -5, yes. And what is your intent with the tail hit? To knock her down?
To knock her down. Not really to damage her, because I don't think it'll get to her armor, but just to, get her.
Go for it.
Does she need to make a crit save thing or anything? Oh, she does not.
She does need to.
Sorry, just...
No, I'm glad you said it.
On the off chance, because I won't knock her down if she falls down anyway.
Right. Okay, no.
Yeah, she's fine, yeah.
Yeah, she is really tough. So you smack her, and then...
Tail, no.
Okay, you got a 5. Not a success.
Yeah, I'm going to save the hero points as well. That's a long way off. So.
Yeah, you come and you stab her. She takes the stab maybe in the midsection, kind of grunts and hisses at you. Multiple tongues come out of her mouth. And then the tail comes up and she blocks it with her shield. What is Niobe doing?
I was running to get back to the team, so I'm trying to come up to where they are.
You see Baruch fighting this thing in a hallway. As the ship is basically turned on its side now. What are you doing?
Does he look like he's winning?
He looks like he drew some blood. I mean, you see him just pull out his spear out of the side of this thing.
I mean, I don't want to deny him glory, but I'm feeling really good right now.
Yeah, I don't think I'm in a moment of glory. You're not seeing me kind of towering over her, looking victorious or anything. I'm trying really hard to not get hit.
I'll take a shot.
Yeah.
Go for it.
By the way, with those 5 glory points, I now have lidless eyes of Artesia.
Okay.
Just a heads up.
Yep.
Which gives me very keen eyesight.
You do, just like the goddess.
She loves me. Let's attack.
Go for it. -12 to your roll, so you have +8 with your guns. -12, so you have a -4.
-4. Is it -2 with auras?
Yes. -2 with that. Yes, and you also get a +2 from your sharp shot.
Therefore, it's just a straight roll 20.
That's right. Go for it. Now, also too, you can fire this thing with the rate of fire. So you can fire it at you can fire it with an additional -2, but essentially you'd be shooting twice. You're double tapping the gun. So the penalty would be -2, but you would do a lot more damage.
Let's do that. That sounds fun.
So -2.
Okay.
Nice.
I mean, cool.
You're killing me with these. Okay, you hit her and you double tap it. The weapon. It's got a rate of fire of 2. Your hoplite pistol. So instead of doing 8 points of damage, you do 16 points. So if you'd like to put any hero points on that, you can, or just let those 2 hero points ride.
I will let them ride for now. 16's
Okay.
good. There's
Okay,
2 of
so
us. We can do this quickly. I heard there was wine at the end of this.
that's right. So you shoot off and you hit her in the back, which kind of makes her turn, and she hisses. For her action, seeing that she's fighting 2 of you, she darts out of the ship. She moves out of the ship, out of the hole that Aeolus ran out of, and moves off into the air. Now, new round. The ship is on its side now. Aeolus, you've managed to put the kid onto the deck of your ship. I'm assuming you're still getting onto the ship.
So my plan is to rush to the helm, take the helm, and try and use our ship to stable the other ship.
To stabilize it?
Yes.
Okay, give me a piloting roll.
Oh, God.
-10.
Which I don't have anything in.
That's okay. You are Aeolus. You can do anything.
Can I use my
we've
iron
seen Aura
arm?
do it before.
Because if it's like a strengthy thing, can I use my iron arms to like make sure that the power my like the
you want to physically hold the ship.
Yeah. Let's fucking do that. I'm gonna grab the other ship and so rather than run into the thing, I'm gonna grab the other ship and just try and like pull it back up.
Basically, you grab the grappling line this way. You grab like the hull of the ship here, and you pull both ships toward one another, righting the ship. So you guys were fighting on the wall, on the side, basically on the side of the ship. He basically rights the ship by pulling them both together and just holding both of them together. Take a 3 glory for that. As this boy, he's just sitting there wide-eyed looking at you do this thing as you hold the ship. As you are holding the ship together, you see this thing kind of fly out of the ship into the aether above you, and flies out. I'm assuming Baruch and Niobe are coming as well.
Oh yeah. We'll get off the ship now. Well, it's
Okay. What about Aura?
Yeah, I'm at this point. Actually, no. Before that, I have something I need to worry about. So at this point, I am going to call on my Seer of Currents once per game, and I am going to basically, I'm going to basically zone out of the world and just look at the entire ship from the astral, the ethereal plane. And I'm going to see in the belly of the ship if any of those people are people that need to be saved or if they all appear to be enemies. Okay.
So you look around the ship, and basically your consciousness expands, expanding your perception to basically a completely different level. And you see from underneath the ship, just imagine a lot of spiders, but these are not spiders. These are lamia who are connected to the bottom of the ship, crawling around the ship and starting to crawl onto the top of the hull towards where you guys are.
Okay.
Below you, you see what at first you might have mistaken for a cloud, but since you are the Seer of Currents, you realize this is not an etheric cloud. This black cloud is just a murder of harpies.
Okay.
Actually, there's an actual term for it. I can't remember. Is it a chorus of harpies? It is a terribleness of harpies that are moving up from deeper in slip space toward your guys' ship.
Okay.
So you kind of open yourself up, and that is what you see.
At that point, then, if I see no other victims, I start hauling and saying and calling for our people to get on our ship.
Oh no, there's definitely victims. There's 4 of them still on that ship. No, 5. Excuse me, 5 victims.
Still 4. So sorry, 5. Yeah. 5 people still alive on the ship. 4.
Yeah,
okay.
there's Aeolus, Baruch, Niobe, Aura
Okay,
and
yeah.
the boy.
Okay, no, yeah. But if there are no other victims outside our party, yeah, my call out is get ourselves back to the ship quickly.
Okay, so you start to make your way back to the ship. Okay, is there anything else anyone would like to do?
Is there when I was in their system, was there a self-destruct system on their ship at all?
There probably is. However, you can do it. It's going to be a really big role because, you know, it's got safety protocols just to keep, you know.
Yep. So
No.
I'm going to make sure everybody else is off the ship. Leader leads from the front, and I am going to stay on the deck of the ship, plug in, and activate the self-destruct system, and get ready to basically ditch. But I'm going to make sure everyone else is safely off the ship before I do so.
Okay, this is what I need you to do for me. You're going to give me 2 roles, one for your computer hacking role and one for your machina.
Okay.
Now, Aeolus is still holding the ship. Did Niobe, are you aboard your guys' ship?
Yeah, we're heading back up.
Okay, so you get on the ship. Baruch, what about you?
I'm going to go onto our ship, but be keeping an eye on the other ship, just in case I need to help Aura to get off it quickly.
Awesome.
If,
Okay.
for instance, she triggers a self-destruct system, which might.
Okay, so give me your computer role.
Okay. I have no computer, but I'm utilizing, you know, my dataless hand computer or my security machina. So I don't know what they would provide. I don't have a skill for computer though.
The hand comp will give you a +2.
Okay.
So it'll be an intelligence roll +2, -10. Now let's make it -12. So you have a -10 to your roll. So
Okay.
give me that roll, and but you guys have been rolling like ridiculously high. So
Don't jinx me.
I don't,
You've said it now. Yeah.
You have to tend to
Jinx me.
this, Jerry.
You
Wow.
jinxed me.
that is
I
a
blame your jinxiness.
Yeah, Jerry did that definitely.
I did. Now
So
let me tell
is
you
there
what
a
else you can,
reroll?
let me tell you what you can do with the hero point as well. A hero point will negate a fumble. So you can
Okay.
spend 1 hero point and not fumble, or just take the fumble. I suggest taking the fumble because fumbles make things way more fun.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
take
for the
fumble.
gym. For the gym. Yeah, it makes it more fun for the gym.
I'll take the fumble.
Okay, so you are trying to hack into this computer. Oh, now give me another roll +2, D20 +2.
Or what?
For-
What skill?
It's just a flat roll +2,
Okay.
and you're going to have to beat my roll.
Oh, God,
We're
you got-
abstract.
Oh, yeah, you
What did
got
I
a
get, a
minus.
9?
You really jinxed me because that's 2 nat ones on my dice.
You're getting them out of your
Jerry,
system.
I blame it on you because I was fine, and you're like, oh, you're gonna do. Yeah, it's all you. I'm
I
just
so
now.
wish I was Broderick in war games and I could hack computers. However, I'm just some schlub sitting here sending my negative thoughts out into the internet to attack you. Okay,
Make it more interesting. Let's go.
so you do not hack the system. You may have realized that, like, oh, maybe that's been taken offline, and maybe this is a trap, and you know, the ship is just here to lure. So you realize that. Are you going back to your ship?
Yep, going back to my ship.
Okay. What happens is the Lamia are coming up over the sides of the ship. All these little crawly, like baby-headed monstrosities. Your machina is behind you as a rear guard, shooting, trying to keep these things off you, and it's just overwhelmed. And basically, under a deluge of these Lamia, your machina, you hear, like, you know,
I lose it.
yeah, it's just basically, it's just ruined and destroyed as you basically get over to the other side of the ship. I'm assuming once she gets over, Aeolus, you're letting go of the ship?
Yes.
Okay, so you let go and still you're holding on to the grappling line, and basically your ships just bounce away from one another, or basically move away like a slingshot, and you're being, you know, you're holding on to the one line as your guys' ship moves because it's trying to, like, offset this ship, you know, the movement of that. But since that ship is not attached anymore, you guys just kind of spring away from each other. And that ship just kind of rolls deeper into slip space. And as your guys' ship is moving up, that ship you see is enveloped by that cloud of harpies and consumed by it. What are you guys doing?
Good question. What is a reaction roll in this game?
Let's say, for instance, you wanted to actively evade. You get your passive evade, but you wanted to actively evade. To actively evade, you would roll your evade versus whatever the attack was. So that would be an active, reactive roll. But let's say, for instance, if it's just a passive reactive roll, that's just your normal evade. If I say make a perception check, that's just a passive action. But if you actively, are pursuing something, it becomes an active roll. If that kind of makes any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't answer the question for my ability, sadly, because it says
Okay,
you may
what's
add
the
your
ability?
int rating to charisma when determining reaction rolls. So it doesn't say passive or active.
Okay. A reaction roll meaning hi, I'm Jerry. Pleased to meet you. Reaction roll. And then you make a charisma roll.
Oh.
So you can see with your, you're looking at, what is it? Your,
Aura of wisdom.
right. Basically, you can read a person and then go, okay, this person will react better to me if I come at them this way as opposed to,
Insight or sense motive in D&D. Got it.
Right. So, yeah, sorry about that.
I think as the ship falls off, I think I'll put a hand on Aura's shoulder and say, I know you were fond of that machina, but we do always lose the ones that we love. So, Iolus has wine for us, though. We will mourn his passing.
See?
Niobe has her back to everyone and then turns Beyonce hair, dried blood from her ear, tears held in her eyes, and says, Stars would have loved this.
And then everyone kind of feels it in here, a little choke up.
While this is all going on, Iolus is still pulling himself up onto the ship.
So yeah, he crawls over the edge as everyone's sitting there drinking wine and having a reverie. And yeah, then Iolus kind of crawls over the edge.
Thank you, Barack.
Yes.
Thank you, Barack. And yes, Niobe, he would have loved this.
Okay.
Iolus, we started the wine.
For his
You weren't
glory.
here, so we cracked it open anyway.
So everyone gets an additional 3 glory from that. So whatever your glory is right now, just add 3 to it. And
I now have full sails.
Oh,
Nice.
look at that! He's got the full sails. So yeah, who's over 30 glory now?
I am.
Oh, look at you guys. Okay, well, gentlemen, it's time to catch up.
The two of us that charged blindly into no
Actually,
glory and foolhardiness. No, that's not, definitely.
Well, you did. I did give you glory, James, for holding the ship, right?
Yeah, free glory.
Okay, I gave you that. And did I give you some for actually combating the?
Not for charging in, I don't think. No.
Okay, I'll give you 3 for that one.
All right, I've got more than 30 glory now. Then. That's how that works.
There you go.
My
So,
glory. No, I'm
the
still.
scene kind of-
I've only got 16 glory, so I'm not because I started with 10.
16.
Oh.
No way. Well, you've got way more than 16.
No, it says glory 10. So I started with 10, then I've gained 6, which is 16.
Nope. You should have started at 25. So that's another something I got to change on your character sheet. Is that you should actually have 25 glory.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes a big fucking difference.
Sorry about that. So yeah, you should have had a base of 25 to add on to that amount of glory.
Okay, all right. I'm above 30 now.
Cool. So, we'll cut the scene to you guys on the ship traveling again, and you have this little boy there. And the little boy's name, well, not really a little boy. He's a teenager. He was a cabin boy aboard the Hippopotamus, which is the ship that you guys were just on. And what is this joker's name?
Should we take a break before you name the boy?
Yeah, if you guys need to. Yeah, we can absolutely take a break.
All right. All right, we'll be back in
You guys in 10 minutes.
5 or 10 minutes. So don't touch that dial. And I think my internet's been touch wood. I think my internet's been a bit more stable. Yay.
Yeah.
See?
So take a break,
Right.
and we can talk. You can stretch. You can punch me in the face some more, Alice, if you would like.
All right, back in a minute.